I am Akansha PS Vishwakarma, Assistant Professor, Index Institute of Pharmacy, Malvanchal University, Indore, MP. Overview. Definition of photosynthesis, importance of photosynthesis, sites of photosynthesis, why are plants green, light dependent reactions, light independent reactions, factor affecting photosynthesis, artificial photosynthesis, and calculations. First, definition of photosynthesis. So, what is photosynthesis? It is the process by which autotrophic organisms are light energy to make sugar and oxygen gas from carbon dioxide and water. So occurs in plant, algae and some prokaryotes. Anabolic small molecules combined endergonic strong stores energy store as carbohydrate in the bodies. Example CO2 plus CH2O, carbon dioxide and water, light energy C6H12O6, glucose form glucose. Next, importance of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis and some energy harnesses the sun's energy into utilizable form of energy on earth, a process that most biological organisms are unable to perform. ATP is used to power these processes, so converts light energy into chemical energy in the form of glucose. Then the processes of cellular respirations converts energy in glucose, the glucose to energy in the form of ATP, which is used to power biological processes. Importance of photosynthesis and carbon dioxide removal. First, converts carbon dioxide into oxygen. During photosynthesis, carbon dioxide leaves the atom atmosphere and enters the plant and leaves as oxygen. Second, a process which is ecologically and environmentally important in nature. So, other words, it is important for environment and ecological nature. Importance of photosynthesis and the ecosystem. The energy produced by photosynthesis from the basic of virtually all terrestrial and aquatic food chain. As a result, photosynthesis is the ultimate source of carbon. This is ultimate source of carbon in the organic molecules found in most organisms. They are found in most organisms. The high oxygen concentrations in the atmosphere is derived directly from the light reactions of photosynthesis. Prior to the evolutions of photosynthesis on Earth, the atmosphere was anoxic. Then, importance of photosynthesis and side products. So, solar energy transformed by photosynthesis is the source of countless vegetable, animal, and organic sides products. Wood is a very important material used as fuel and in many fields including constructions. So wood are very important material used as fuel. Paper, cotton and other natural fibers consist of cellulose produced almost entirely by photosynthesizing plants. Wool depends on the energy sheep obtained from grass and photosynthesis. Sites of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis occurs in chloroplasts organelles in certain plants. All green plants parts have chloroplasts and carry out photosynthesis. The level have the most chloroplasts. The green color comes from chlorophyll in the chloroplasts. The pigments absorb light energy. Next, a chloroplast consists first stroma of fruit, second grana, stacks and trialcoids. The trialcoids contain chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the green pigment that captures light for photosynthesis. Site of photosynthesis. This is structure of site of photosynthesis. In this leaf chooses section, cells, grana stoma and other etc. Next, why are plants green? Plant cells have green chloroplast. Plants have green chloroplast. The thialcoids membrane of the chloroplast is impregnated with photosynthetic pigments, chlorophylls, carotenoids. Why are plants green? Chlorophyll is located in the thialkaloids membrane. Chlorophyll have magnesium in the center. Chlorophyll pigments harvest energy by absorbing certain wavelengths. Blue 420 nanometer and red 660 nanometer are most important. Plants are green because the green wavelength is reflected, not absorbed. Next, absorption of chlorophyll. During the fall, the green chlorophyll pigments are greatly reduced, revealing the other pigments. Carotenoids are pigments that are either red or yellow. This color violet, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis stage, light independent stage, light dependent stage in which cyclic photophosphorylation and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Next, light dependent reaction. First is light dependent reaction. Take place in thialcoids contain chlorophyll. Second requires light. Third convert light energy into chemical energy. Light dependent reaction depends on the end product reduced NADP and ATP of light dependent reaction. Second, non-cyclic photophosphorylation. First is involves two photostimulated P680 P70 nanometer. This photosystems contains chlorophyll and chlorophyll and chlorophyll chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B, as well as accessory pigments. Flow of electron is non-cyclic. Use the photolysis of water. H2O water 2 plus 2 uh, 2E plus half O2. In product are reduced NADP, ATP and O2 oxygen. Non-cyclic photophosphorylation. In this increasing energy level, photosystems to uh, ATP plus Pi and ATP 70 nanometer, then reduce NADP. Cyclic photophosphorylation involves only photosystem first at 700 nanometer. In product is ATP only, ADP plus Pi and ATP. In the light of sun, light independent reaction, also known as Calvin cycle, take place in the stroma of the chloroplast. No light required but need the end product. Reduce NADP and ATP of light dependent reactions reduced NADP and ATP to produce simple sugars. Need an enzyme riboscope means ribulose biphosphate carboxylase and carbon dioxide. Next, Calvin cycle. This is Calvin cycle. In this ribose biphosphate RUBP minus 5C ATP and ADP CO2 unstable 6C compounds. In this ATP, ADP, NADP reduced NADP, then 2 into glycerate phosphate 3C, and then 2x triose phosphate 3C, and glucose 6C amino acid and lipids. Next, factor affecting photosynthesis. The rate of photosynthesis is defined in terms of the rate of oxygen productions per unit mass of green plant tissues or per unit weight of the total chlorophyll. The main factors are light intensity, wavelength, third is carbon dioxide concentration, fourth is temperature, fifth is water supply, sixth chlorophyll concentration, and seventh pollution. First is light intensity. The rate of photosynthesis would go up as intensity is increased, because the more light a plant absorbs, the more photosynthesis can occur, which will lead to the production of more ATP. However, very high intensity slow down the rate at the backwards that chlorophyll. Normal sunlight is quite sufficient for a normal rate of photosynthesis. This is rate of photosynthesis and light of intensity. Second, wavelength. In this, different colors of light can affect how much photosynthesis can occur, because only certain colors are absorbed. Because only certain colors are absorbed. The more colors that is absorbed, the more light that is absorbed. Yeah, means in which more color is absorbed, the more light that is absorbed, which will lead to more photosynthesis and eventually more ATP. So photosynthesis depend upon the absorption of light by pigments in the level of plant. The most important of these is chlorophyll A. In this most is important chlorophyll A. Third is carbon dioxide concentration. So as carbon dioxide concentrations rise, the rate at which sugars are made by the light independent reaction increases. In the atmosphere, the concentration of carbon dioxide range from 0.03 to 0.04%. However, it is found that 0.1% of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere increase the rate of photosynthesis significantly. This is done in greenhouses where plants are grown under controlled conditions, obtain carbon dioxide from gas burned. So carbon dioxide concentration rise the rate at which sugar and made by the light independent reaction increases. In this, the following graphs show how different concentration of carbon dioxide affect the rate of photosynthesis. Expect expect 1, 2, 3 and 4. For in this first 25 degrees Celsius atmospheric carbon dioxide concentration 0.04. Second 15 degrees Celsius atmospheric carbon dioxide concentration 0.04%. Third 25 degrees Celsius relatively high carbon dioxide concentrations, that is 0.4%. And last fourth 15 degrees Celsius relatively high carbon dioxide concentration. Next fourth is temperature. The temperature has an effect on the rate of photosynthesis. So temperature also affect the photosynthesis, rate of photosynthesis. An optimum temperature running from 25 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius is required for a good rate. So जो optimum temperature required 25 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius is a good for rate या फिर rate of photosynthesis. At temperatures around 0 degree Celsius, the enzymes stop working. At very high temperature, the enzymes are denatured. Temperature. The graph shows the effect of temperature on the rate of photosynthesis. In this graph, rate of photosynthesis and temperature, yani degree Celsius. Optimum temperature is fifth. Water supply. Water is an essential factor in photosynthesis. Water are also affecting photosynthesis. The lack of water not only cause the plant. The lack of water not only cause the plant to will. So water is an essential for factor in photosynthesis. The lack of water not only cause the plant to wilt and thereby loss its ability to capture sunlight, but also limits the quantity of carbon dioxide. It happens as when the levels are dry, they close their stromata in order to converse water being lost as water vapor through them. So water are also affect the rate of photosynthesis and process of photosynthesis. Next, chlorophyll concentration. The concentration of chlorophyll affects the rate of reaction as they absorb the light energy needs for the reaction. So chlorophyll is also affect the rate of reaction of photosynthesis. Second, lack of chlorophyll or deficiency of chlorophyll results in chlorosis or yellowishing of levels. It is occur due to disease, minerals deficiency, or the natural process of against lack of iron, magnesium, nitrogen, and light affected the formation of chlorophyll and thereby causes chlorosis. So the concentration of chlorophyll affects the rate of reaction by photosynthesis as they absorb the light energy needed for the reaction. Next, seventh, pollution. Pollution of the atmosphere with industrial gases produce shoot the block stomata and reduce the transparency of the leaves. Pollution of the atmosphere are also affect the process of photosynthesis, yeah, rate of photosynthesis. Other pollutants are ozone and sul- uh, sulfur dioxide. In fact, leeches are very sensitive to dioxides in the atmosphere. Pollution of water affect the hydrophytes. Pollution of water affects the hydrophytes. The capacity of water to dissolve gases like carbon dioxide and oxygen is greatly affected. So carbon dioxide and oxygen is greatly affected for photosynthesis process. Last is artificial photosynthesis. It is a chemical process that replicates the natural process of photosynthesis using nanostructures. So this is a chemical process that replicates the natural process of photosynthesis using the nanostructures. It refers to a scheme for capturing and storing the energy from sunlight in the chemical bonds of a fuel or solar fuel. Compressed to current solar panel technology. In this technology, molecular non-particles are cheaper, lighter, and more environmental environmentally sound. Artificial photosynthesis on a large industrial scale could reverse global warming since the process consumes carbon dioxide and release oxygen. So this is chemical process that replicates the natural process of photosynthesis. And then the artificial photosynthesis on a large industrial scale could reverse global warming since the process consumes carbon dioxide and release oxygen. It refers to a stream for capturing and storing the energy from sunlight in the chemical bond of a fuel compressed to current solar panel technology. In this technology, molecular nanoparticles are cheaper, lighter, and more environmentally sound. Conclusions: all plants and animal art depends on the sun of energy, in which all plant and animals are depend on the sun for energy. This energy is made available to them by the process of photosynthesis. This energy available and made to them the process of by photosynthesis. Man, like other animal, is depends on the plant for his foods. Man and other animals, all living beings, are depend on the plant for the food. Yeah, for his food. No photosynthesis is equal to no life. That means no photosynthesis, no life. All plants and animals and all living beings depend on the sun of energy. This energy is made available to them the process of photosynthesis. Man and other animals is depend on the plant for his food. Means no photosynthesis, then no life. Mm, the rate of photosynthesis is defined in terms of the rate of oxygen production per unit mass of green plant tissue or per unit weight of total chlorophyll. And the main factors are like light intensity, wavelength, carbon dioxide concentration, temperature, water supply, chlorophyll consumption, and pollutions. So pollution are affected the process of photosynthesis, and chlorophyll concentration are also affect the rate of photosynthesis, and water supply. Water are also important for all living beings, so they are also affect the process and rate of photosynthesis. Temperature are very important for process of photosynthesis. And carbon dioxide concentration of carbon dioxide are also affected the process of photosynthesis. Then wavelength also affect the photosynthesis rate. Light are also affect the photosynthesis. These all main factors are affect, affected the rate and process of photosynthesis, and photosynthesis are very important for us because no photosynthesis is equals to no life. So These are all main factor of photosynthesis. They are affected the photosynthesis. Thank you.